G'day folks, and welcome to turn 2 of this for Blau campaign, game published by Compass Games, designed by Blanchett. Thank you to Lawrence for his comments. He pointed out some rules reminders. The one thing I think that I did wrong, everything else is correct, but it turns out the attacker retreats defending units during a mobile assault. So that disadvantages the Axis, but it makes up for the fact that I forgot the optional. I said I would use this optional rule where the 6th Army can only move at half movement rates on the first turn. I forgot about it, and so I don't think they really benefited too much. So they probably got a little bit of extra movement here, but they didn't benefit too greatly. But I think they were definitely penalised by the Soviet retreats during those mobile assaults. The Soviets really put their units right in the path of the Axis advance, in front of the 4th Panzer Group. Sorry. So that's advantage to the Soviets for that era. So as we head into turn 2, it is clear weather. We now have 4 Soviet air points and 10 Axis air points. So still an Axis advantage of 6. But the Soviets will have more flexibility to respond with their 4 air points. They've all been sent into the Voronezh air zone up in the north here. So this is where we'll see all those air points. We now head to the mutual supply determination phase. And again, at this stage in the game, it's pretty straightforward. Both sides can draw supply. They're all operational. I don't think they're in. Oh, actually, no, my mistake. There is one unit down here, which is surrounded. How did they manage to get that? I can't remember what the combat result was there. Did I forget to do that combat? I'm trying to think, did I resolve this? I may have, because there's no counter on this unit, I may have forgotten completely to resolve this combat. So let's do this now. 4, 5. Well, no, I'll leave it. I don't know if I forgot or not, but we'll fix it up later. They're out of supply in any case, and I think everyone else is fine. Everyone else can draw supply. Yep, it all looks good. So, from there, we go to the Axis maintenance phase. This is where they can break down divisions. I don't think they want to do this just... Oh, I'm looking at the far left flank here. Maybe they do. Maybe let's try and break down. And way out on the far left flank, so maybe around here, I can break this division down into those 3 breakdown regiments. And I think that means that I can put that counter back into the strength counter. German breakdown regiment. So here we go. So a division which is not in an enemy zone of control can break down, whether it has a no strength or a full strength chit. The parent unit is removed to the breakdown pool, which I've just done, and 3 regiments are placed. That's it. Pretty straightforward. So the counter goes back into the camp. That's a convenient way for the Germans to remove their their weaker formation, their weaker strength shit. So if I draw an 8, for example, here, what I could do here is say, hey, I'm breaking down. It feels a bit gamey, but what you can think of this in historical terms as taking the weaker formations and getting them to protect the flanks. So what they'll do is they'll shift around to the right here and enable the full strength divisions to concentrate. And so I'm keeping, the effect here is I keep my stronger divisions, the divisions that have proved themselves for driving the offensive, and I get those weaker divisions to protect the flanks. That's actually what I'm doing here. Those breakdown regiments will protect the flanks. Now they're one step. I don't think they don't exert a zone of control. I don't think. So yeah, we need to be careful with them. That's got me thinking as well about other zone of control rules. So I'm trying to think of what units don't exert zones of control. So I know when we flip this over, it becomes a cadre unit with that white bar. They're the ones that don't exert zones of control. I think the regiments still do. So maybe they do exert zones of control. The zone of control rules, the section on zones of control, doesn't specify. Most units are, here we go, back to 2.4. All units which possess a zone of control exert it. Only small battalions, cadre units, and headquarters. So small battalions, which is the silhouetted units that you can see sort of here with that white bar. Units with the white bar. Different section of the rules say that units with the white bar don't exert a zone of control. That's under section 3. So the zone of control rules are kind of split across 3 different areas. Okay, so that's enough for breakdown, I think. We can then head towards support points. And again, we have automatically 2 coloured areas. And once again, I'll prioritise that green 6th Army area and the pink 2nd Army 4th Panzer Army area around here. So what I can do is, to do this all correctly, flip those headquarters to their supported side. Like so. All right. And I now check the range of these headquarters. These guys have a range of 8, so they can supply all these units. These guys have a range of 8, 4, 5. Everything's supported. It's pretty straightforward. We're still in the early stages of the game where the Germans are really concentrated, so no problems there. Now we get to the mutual reinforcement, replacement, and withdrawal phase. So the Axis player places his reinforcements first. Big stack of units coming in the south. They can overstack for now. They'll move on. Actually, so what does this mean? They have to... Do I have to move with these units? I'm confused. Oh, I can delay. I guess I have to... Do I delay them? Because if the reinforcements are placed and I'm not activating that headquarters, I'm pretty sure the Axis could delay their reinforcements. Okay, if mechanised, they have full support. So once placed on the map, reinforcements have full support, which means that those freshly placed reinforcements can move on the turn they're placed. That alleviates the stacking issues. And there's another stack, 4102 appearing in Kursk, up in the north here. So new headquarters, 2nd Army, 7th Corps arriving. Soviet player places their reinforcements. Only 2 units at HQ and A1821. Okay, maybe a bit of a roadblock for the Germans. Okay, and that's it. There's a lot of optional Soviet reinforcements if the Germans cross that Bryansk line. Now we get replacements. There are no replacements. No schedule for replacement of units. Axis move phase. Okay. Now we get to the core of this turn. How the Axis forces are going to exploit this situation. They've got a couple of gaps, so they can really surround this area. I'm just looking here now. They can kind of come through here and swing around. It's only an infantry division under there. Could really surround that tank corps. What else? We could try to push through there. That's woods. I need to remind myself if woods provides a modifier. It does. The -1 modifier to overrun. That's going to be a strength of 5 in the clear. It'd be good to break through one of these 2 hexes. That will just open this gap up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could be kind of on the outskirts of Voronezh. B ranked unit in the woods, strength of 8 is very tough. I don't want to take that on. 1, 2. I'm certainly going to link up all these forces in the centre here. And these guys here can just go straight through the centre. I think earlier I identified a potential path for Axis strategic movement through that gap. Again, this is pretty exploitative, and it means, so I need to double check, and I think Greg Blanchett, I read a clarification of this rule for strategic movement. Yeah, so if they start their movement 3 hexes away, so what I'm thinking here is, with this Soviet unit here, pretty vulnerable, I can kick them out of the way, force them 3 hexes away, and this unit would then be 3 hexes away from enemy, and they could strategic move through here. So that's what I'm going to plan to do for that area. Oh, hold on a sec, have I missed? No, the Soviet commitment roll happens in the Soviet command phase, which is coming up later. I love this phase of the game, the movement phase. How am I going to get this done? I think I need to make an attempt to overrun here. And it needs to be with a strong unit. A 10. What else have I got? An 8, that just won't cut it. An 11, that's not bad. 13 will give me 4 to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be nice. If I can bring them, that'd give me 4 to 1 odds for the +2 modifier. I can bring air and then really cross my fingers and hope that works. It means sacrificing that drive to the east, but it really clears out this path through to Voronezh and capturing the city quite quickly. Is that what I want to do? I'll need to check a few things. So just checking that road cost. So yeah, if I can use strategic movement, it brings the road cost down to a half a movement rate. And I could be in Voronezh. It all rides on a couple of lucky salts. So let's try this. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to throw in air, and the Soviets really want to defend this, so they're going to defend with air as well. So Soviet air negates that German air. We have 4 to 1 odds, -1 for the woods, +2 for the odds ratio. So looking at net +1 modifier, we need a 4 or more die roll. Here we go. A 9, excellent. Pushes it up to a 10. Oh, that's a D1R3 result. So D1. And again, the attacker can choose where they retreat to, so they'll go 1, 2, 3, and actually no, they have to go towards their supply source. 1, 2. Oh, that is towards the supply source in the north here. I think that adheres to retreat rules. I need to double check. So they have to follow the retreat rules, but the attacker chooses the path. So let's double check what those retreat rules actually are. So towards a friendly supply source, and there's a supply source out here, so they are moving toward a friendly supply source. Maximum possible distance from all enemy units, so maybe they have to go sort of over here because there's an enemy unit there, they're moving closer. So that moves them the maximum possible distance from all enemy units that participate in the attack. Not all enemy units, just those that participate. So if I stack these guys together, yes, it creates a big defensive stack, but yeah, very nice. What we've done now is open a huge, well, a decent gap. It's not going to let me conduct strategic movement, but, so what was that? That was 9. I think I had one more space, 10. What I can do now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Overrun that headquarters. And I need to refresh my memory of overrun. One extra movement point, so 7. Eight, 9, 10. Oh, geez, do I want to? Where were they? Back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rather than overrunning the headquarters, if they don't exert a zone of control, I'll just bypass them because this unit can capture Voronezh. Voronezh is captured. So on turn 2, we've completed step 1 of the plan. Voronezh falls, and great. On turn 2, that feels pretty good. Now I can capture that headquarters with, let's say, this unit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to push into the left to protect that left flank, the northern flank. Other headquarters fours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, placed on the turn track, 5 turns ahead. All right, well that's pretty good. We've used 3 units, well, they're only regiments really, and have captured Voronezh, and pretty close to securing the northern flank. So what I might try to do is focus on the northern edge here to ensure that that flank is protected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4. So we encircle these guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're bringing some armor to get combined arms here. And let's try and pick off some more of these guys over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not going to be able to get combined arms here, but trying to force them back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we'll get our breakdown units. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Bring our headquarters up. Okay, so northern flank is pretty much secured, which means it frees up all these units in the centre to drive to the south. And, well, I'd like to be able to use some infantry to surround these guys and clean them up. And I just wonder, is it worth a mobile assault? A defense of 5 makes it very difficult. I need 6 or more. 6 or more. Now, they're in the clear. They're in the clear. Oh, wait, I made a mistake back here. I didn't have 4 to 1 odds. I only had 3 to 1 odds. Same result. D1R3 without that -1 modifier. I completely didn't even think about the odds. Okay, so I'm thinking I'll just leave these guys for the infantry to try to clean up. I might leave so these guys here, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They can push in there, and then the infantry can lock them in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like so. Surrounded, encirclement bonus will be wiped out. Got to protect my flanks here, so I keep talking about protecting my flanks. I'm really not that concerned. Here we go, we've got some mechanised units just arriving. And they can probably use strategic movement as long as they stay 3 hexes away from the enemy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can go up to here. Now that's 3 hexes. What could they do? Yeah, I think strategic movement, just sort of place them somewhere there. So they have moved. We need to get... the trouble now is getting our Panzer Corps, 48th Panzer Corps headquarters up. We'll get up there, I guess. So actually, I'm going to... Sorry. We'll move these guys first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Open roads for the Axis now. For now, I note that. Sorry, that new tank corps arriving, but for now. All right, so let's get some more forces up into this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have a very low range, so I'm going to hold them back a little bit. I don't know how. So yeah, strategic movement, we'll move these guys to there as well. And strategic, can I move strategic movement? I'm just thinking about using those roads. So yeah, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They can follow up. Now I've got to leave some of this infantry, I think, just to watch these Russians here. And also try to protect, well, maybe some of this infantry in here can swing around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I can kind of go 1, 2, 3. What's the best way to get this done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll have to hold there. They've moved. That'll pen the Russians in on that side of the Oskol River, and free up the rest of these units to move on at speed. So they've moved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. They're a reduced regiment, strength of only 3. Maybe they're a bit vulnerable. Push them into there. And these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And a silhouetted army unit, can they help out anywhere else to bring combined arms to an attack? I might shift them out just to the far left. Or do I want to keep them in this drive? I probably do, don't I? Yeah, keep them in the drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep them with that motorized division. And I can bring this headquarters up. Everyone in here has a headquarters in range. Oh, they've just moved. No, they moved. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll group them together for now. All right, so that is that northern yellow group done. Everyone has moved. We can fix them up. And move on to the yellow grouping. Okay. Okay, so yellow over here. Still don't want to wake up. Actually, they're going to wake up anyway. So they can kind of begin, if they want, to attack through here, because these guys are going to automatically commit this turn. What they don't want to do is wake up the 38th. The 38th will get a commitment roll marker once these guys wake up. Okay, so let's think about this. As I said, I could push these guys out of the way, and I want to do that with a unit that's sort of back in the rear here. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bring in an air unit. Soviets could throw up some air in response. What have we got here? We've already got 4 to 1 plus 2. I don't think they'll bother. I don't think it's worth it. So die roll kills them off. And they can advance into there. It's hard to keep track of. I think I had one more move point left. So pushing one more hex. And that opens up this corridor through here, a narrow little corridor for strategic movement for some of these units. Okay, so watch what I do here. I say, I say these guys are going to use strategic movement. And they're going to go. I'll leave that there as a reminder of where they are. 1, 2, 3, so they can't move in there. They can go 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 9, 10. Half movement along those roads using strategic movement. I hope I've done that correctly. Let's try with another group. All right, leave these guys here. Strategic movement. They're 3 hexes away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9, 10. Now we do need to try and get our headquarters up there as well. That could be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, I think they're in range of that 24th Panzer Corps headquarters. And I think they can be supplied by that headquarters. I don't think there's a limitation on what headquarters actually supplies them. Okay. I want to use some of these units to trap this Russian Guards Corps in here. So they look like they... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sounds good. We'll bring up this unit here. Okay. Infantry to protect the flanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have moved. They have moved too, haven't they? Alright, these guys can't use strategic movement. They can move 10 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a good place to be. Actually, we'll block them in there and slow down that... put these guys in the zone of control, which will cost them more to move out. Force them to pull away to the south. In fact, if I can get... I don't think I can. I think can I get one more unit in there just to really slow them down, but no. Okay, 1, 2, let's try this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can get one more unit in there. And what this does is forces them to retreat into that rough terrain. So they'll be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It really slows down their retreat, stops them pulling away. I could even get an attack off on... They're only a C-ranked unit. I've got strength of 20 here, so yeah, maybe depends on what we draw. I don't need to attack them, I just need to kind of slow them down and eventually surround them. That's the aim here. Alright, let's push up some of the infantry before I do anything else. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There, those Russian units are trapped now. Oh, I've left these guys. Oh, I stuffed that up. I don't know what happened there. I didn't realise I had those guys in there. Alright, let's bring our regiments in instead. Breakdown units. Alright, I need to think about this. Russians, I completely forgot these guys were Russian. I had the white mark, I didn't see them. Let's bring 2 of these guys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Following that road. That traps the Russian units. And I need to be careful because these guys will be retreating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's still this division here. They haven't moved yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Put them in a zone of control and slow them down. Need to move my headquarters up eventually. Let's try that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Try and get our Panzer 40th Panzer Corps headquarters up somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into the middle there. Gives them a good range. Two, 3, 4. Keep those guys in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna swing around 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. I think that'll do for now. Just try to swing around that line, shift it to the north a bit. I think I've moved everyone except for these guys now. Movement of 7, and they can use strategic movement as well. 1 and a half, 2 and a half, 3 and a half, 4 and a half, 5 and a half, 6, 7. They can stack there, I'm pretty sure. 3 combat units, including the silhouette. Maximum of 2 multi-step units, that should be fine. Alright, that was a bit messy. But getting the job done. So all axis movement is complete. We can straighten these guys out again. Big pocket of Russians in the north, trapped. Nice breakthrough here with options. Things looking good for the Germans, I think. It feels good. So we'll shift back, I think, up to the north for the German combat phase. And, well, the Germans have got a lot of air units left. Only spent 2, so 8 left. The Russians have got 3. And they're way down the other end of the table. So if I need to grab air, I need to go for a walk. This should be pretty straightforward here. We've got 12, 13, 22 on 2. So we've got 11 to 1. In the rough, which is the best column available. They're not going to throw any air up. The Russians aren't going to bother responding with anything either. We've got combined arms. Doesn't matter. Won't push it up any further. Actually, we'll push up to combined arms. We'll push up to 12 to 1, which is a guaranteed success. Yeah, that'll kill that Russian unit, I think. 11 to 1. What else? Combined arms bonus. No encirclement. Look, worst case, they get a D1 R3 result. So even if I've made a mistake there, the results won't matter. We then get 4 advances. So we can go, and this wasn't an encirclement, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Get across there. Can I overrun during an advance? I feel like I can't. During tactical movement, yeah. But what I can do is go push into there, and try and separate that headquarters from its units. I could push an attack in here, but I don't think I want to. I've only got 9 to 4. It's only 2 to 1. I'm just going to try and hem these Russians in on the edge here. Probably worth trying an attack here. 9, 18 to a B-rated unit. Yeah, probably worth trying to push them out. So I'll throw in an air unit here, and I don't need a combat strength mark. Oh, I do. Sorry for the Russians. That's why I was drawing that. They've got a strength of 5, 6, 7. So I have 2 to 1 in the clear. And I don't think the Russians will respond to this either, because they're surrounded, they're kind of doomed. So it makes it 3 to 1 in the clear. Encirclement bonus. No combined arms. So we have 4 to 1 in the clear. 4 to 1, 0 is an A1 D1 result. That's not great. In fact, I think I have to take it from that silhouetted unit. I think the losses, when you're using combined arms, am I misremembering this? Losses, first loss. If attacking mechanized units lose the first step. Okay, so that's, yeah, well, they'll be out of supply next turn. What else we got? I don't want to attack here, don't want to attack here, shifting further to the south. There's no real big combat resolutions for the Germans. Jeez, I keep bumping little things. Where were they? There, I think. We've got 12, 20 on 5. Combined arms is cancelled. We have an encirclement bonus, so 4 to 1. Might as well throw an air unit up here. Make it 5 to 1 in the clear, encirclement. 5 to 1, roll a 2. So 5 to 1, clear. 2 is just a DR2 result. Now they can retreat through enemy zones of control, but they lose a step every time. So they can go 1, lose a step, 2. and these guys can not, they can advance with the hex, I think, but go no further because the Russians have satisfied their retreat result, which is a problem for the Germans. They really wanted to wipe that unit out. Not to worry. We won't attack here. 10 to 8. Yeah, we definitely won't attack there. So shifting even further south, I've got 10, 20 in the rough. I just don't feel like that could be. I could end up losing step losses from my advanced units. Don't really want to do that. Rough is going to be rough. Yeah, I'd need a good roll to avoid a step loss, so I won't worry about that. What other combats do we need to do? I guess we may as well try to hem them in on the edges here. So we might get an attack on this unit. Two chip draws with a 13 and a 10. So we've got 23 on 3, 7 to 1 in a fortified hex, but in the clear. So 7 to 1. We don't have encirclement bonus. So 7 to 1. Again, may as well throw up an air unit, and the Russians will respond with their own air unit this time. So 7 to 1. Roll of 3. 7 to 1. 3 is a D2R1 result. That will 1, 2. And I could advance, but I don't really want to. Actually, may as well advance to here, because those guys can't really go anywhere. But I won't advance with the other division. Alright, so this now brings us to the 38th Army area, and I don't want to attack in there. Oh wait, no, hold on, I think I made a mistake there. Where was that unit? They were there, there was a mandatory attack. Bring it all back, bring it all back. So if I attack that unit, I have to attack the unit next to it as well. So I'm going to cancel that attack. Yeah, I don't want to attack there. Because if I attack there, I would have to attack there as well. So let me rewind all that. Don't want to attack there. Yeah, look, not a lot of German combat taking place. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot my overstacked mech unit replacements. And where are they going to want to go? Somewhere in around here. Perhaps hitting... where? I think around this point here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where else? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll push them in there. And that will do. Alright, so yeah, that was just movement I forgot about. Brings us to the end of the Axis turn and the start now of the Soviet turn. They begin with their command phase. So we look over here, they have an auto commit, they become committed. They are now adjacent to a unit that is committed, so they will have a commitment roll on... actually no, sorry, they were committed during combat, which means... which means that they now make a commitment roll, if I understand correctly. So they would have been committed the moment the Germans attack, which means that those guys, 38th Army, now gets a commitment roll. It's turn 2, so they need a 4 or less. They fail. So they are not committed. They will automatically commit next turn. So the Russians are starting to wake up, but it's okay. The Germans are still happy. That's 2 failed commitment rolls now. It's really slowing down their activation, basically, which is exactly what the Germans want. There are no other... hold on, no, we have... No, the reserve armies don't roll for commitment until turn 3. They don't start until turn 3 and turn 4. So we get to the Soviet movement phase, and they have to make 1 mandatory attack. Now these guys don't have attack supply. Oh, sorry, I'm way up in the north here. These guys don't have attack supply, so they can't actually attack. They're out of range of their... well, is that right? They're out of range of their headquarters, I think. Or is there in the Germans who have to check the attack supply? I think it's only the Germans, so why do... So I don't think the Russians need to check for combat. Yes, they're surrounded, their headquarters are gone, but I'm not using the optional Soviet command rules, so I don't think... I'm not entirely sure about this, but I'll just check the rulebook, and I don't think they need to worry about attack supply as the Axis forces do. So the support for headquarters is an Axis rule. They need to make sure they're within range of their headquarters. There is an optional rule you can use which really punishes the Soviets, which I'm not using. It's not an optional historical rule, it's just an optional rule, so I'm not using it. Which means I think that these guys can engage in a counterattack. The question is where? Alright, let's think about their movement first and what they want to do. I think they want to try and extricate themselves from this situation. So they could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just trying to get out of there. It's not gonna save them, but now out in the flank here, we need to pull back as well. Way up in the north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get their headquarters out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jeez, there are no Russian units out here. I can't do anything with this unit. They're surrounded by zones of control. They're surrounded by zones of control. Yeah, geez, this whole northern flank is gone. Okay, in the centre here, this pocket, not yet out of supply. They will be next turn. Can they cause some damage to the Germans? Maybe if they, I don't know. I was thinking try and hit their armoured regiments just to hurt them, perhaps. Get an attack across the river here on, oh geez, a really strong regiment. Hit the breakdown regiments, perhaps. Gee, what else? That's relatively weak. So maybe they come and hit here. The rough terrain is kind of hurting them. We'll try and get maybe 2 attacks off. Hit that strong infantry division here. We might try and get a couple of attacks off. How about that? They're going to die. yeah, we'll see what happens. Further south, now that these guys are committed, we can pull away. As I said, these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they're running. These guys are also not in a position to defend just yet. They'll pull back across the river, try and defend that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold there. Yep. Okay, this headquarters can pull out of here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cavalry here. C rated, strength of 5, that's decent. 1, 2, 3, 4. The problem, again, more rough terrain. That was a reserve unit, incidentally, which is why I'm moving them. We're losing all our infantry out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ouch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold there. They can't move because they're still uncommitted. Which is awkward because they're kind of like different zones. They're green, they're blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's legal. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can't move. They're locked in zones of control. Ooh. So the German plan is working. It is very difficult for the Russians to pull out of this area. What I'll try and do is just get a bit of a line to slow them down. They're leaving the Don River wide open. Got some more reserve units down the south here. So 6 movement points and 9. 1, and they can probably use strategic movement now. I think it's only turn 1 they couldn't. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half. And another reserve. We've got a reserve HQ up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I may need to check the rules on Russian headquarters. Strategic move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're starting to get some Russian units. Responding. Some more reserves way down the south, but I think I'll leave them in that area. In fact, no, I'll move them further north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold them there. Another unit way down near Rostov. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so not a lot of Russian movement. They are really hamstrung. There's also Russian rail movement they could potentially use as well. They have to kind of start and end on the rail. None of that is happening. Yeah, you can see so this is where the Russian line has bent back, and this is now the second part of that German offensive. Russian combat. Okay, so they may as well, with these isolated out of supply units, they may as well throw caution to the wind and attack attack. 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 Wrong way, of course. It's the Russians attacking the Germans. Their supply. I think that's not worth anything. Yeah, I think that'll do. So again, still not quite certain about Soviet combat supply. Again, not using the optional Soviet command and control rule. Because it gives, apparently it really favours the Axis player. So here we go. We've got 5 on 10, 1 to 2. The Soviets will throw an air unit up. The Germans will respond. It's in the clear. 1 to 2. A roll of 6 on the 1 to 2 column is an AR1. So the attacker retreats 1. All right. I expected that much. Over here, we need to draw a combat strength for the Axis. It's a strength of 9, and they bring 7, 8, 9. So 1 to 1 in the clear. Again, the Soviets will throw up an air. Germans will respond. 1 to 1. A roll of 1 is an A1, R1. So 1 step loss and retreat 1. Final combat is 4 on 3. Again, 1 to 1. The Russians will throw up their last air unit. A roll of 6. 1 to 1, 6 is an attacker 1 and a 1 retreat. Yeah, okay, so look, the Russians were hoping for step losses just to hurt the Germans there before they went out of supply. Oh, and one more combat up here I forgot about. Okay, so we've got 9 on 8. 1 to 1, a roll of 3. Is an A1, D1 result. Okay, we actually caused a step loss. But no retreat. And that's it. That's very limited Soviet combat response. That brings us to the end of the turn. Remove railed out of command markers. Flip back Axis headquarters to their side, their unsupported side, and advance the game turn. We're heading into turn 3, folks. I'll do this later, and I'll flip all those headquarters back to their uncommitted side in a moment, I think. But it's likely they'll be committed again in the next turn, so maybe I'll just leave it how it is. Thanks, everyone, and take care.